Good morning, Money Magnets. There's few people that's going to be rising stars or a rising star. Somebody say, my daddy passed. Who you trying to be to me? There's something with the legal system. It could be somebody in the world getting adopted, someone want to adopt you, or there could be some legal documents for you. And you want to know who said what. Who is the thief? Somebody want to know who is a thief. Is a thief. So I don't know if there's a thief. Who said what? There's a thief that's trying to take something legal that your daddy could have left for a rising star, because this gonna go to few people that's a rising star, because everybody's not a rising star. And that rising star gonna be saying, fuck that, back away to the Jezebel spirit. To anybody coming with a Jezebel spirit, Jezebel acting men, Jezebel females, trying to be friends, that's just not a good look. And I must say, there's a ice queen that's gonna be a rising star, because there's a rich guy that won't involve her in the third party, so she's gonna be admired and together with this guy. Or he could just be looking at her. It's up to her to make that connection. But there is a thief that it was being said, a thief that has some false documents, some information, statements, agreement. It's all false. Like, for example, for me, anybody try to say me, I ain't give nobody permission to sign nothing, do nothing, be nothing, nothing in my life. So who's in somebody's life with some false documents? That's a thief. Because y'all going around saying who said what? Who's the thief with the false documents? There's a thief with false documents that's going to be found out. Let's get more on this thief of false documents. There's a boss that got some false documents. Somebody a thief. Somebody a thief. A straight thief. So maybe the boss find out. I hope nobody ain't implying nothing in somebody's name. Got some false documents. Being a thief, because who said what? Remember who said what? Somebody must have said, who documents is these? Who presented these documents? These documents aren't correct. So maybe the boss gonna bring it to attention. Let's get more on few rising star. There's gonna be no confusion, no illusions on who that rising star is. You're gonna know the difference in the rising star from a karmic, from someone that's fake, false, someone that ice queen. I must say, who the ice queen? The ice queen. The ice queen is not in the house where you are now. Wherever you are now, the ice queen is not in the house where you are now. Your rising star, who is the ice queen, is not in your house. The one that you will find is like a diamond in the rough. It's very few. It's not going to be no illusions, no confusions. You're going to see, when you see this rising star, you're going to know, because she's not going to carry a Jezebel spirit. She's not going to be around people that's Jezebel. And she's not looking for a Jezebel spirit man. So there's no confusion in the rising star. But there's going to be imprisonment for them false documents. Whoever did something false, I'm sorry, you're going to get caught. You're going to jail. If you not in jail now, it's in the back of your mind and your conscience, you in spiritual and mental jail, which is attracting the law to come. The law to come. Or it could be that a thief tried to had some false documents and took the money from a boss that's gonna land him in prison with the legal system, because maybe the rising star father left her something. Someone did false documents and took those false documents to get an inheritance where the legal system is involved or will be involved, where the police, where you're going to be imprisonment. And it could be a Jezebel that done it. Someone wanted to be the ice queen, wanted to be so something in the house as going to be taken away. I must say, the house could be taken away. There's no ice queen in that house. Wherever you are, there's no ice queen in that house. I tell you that. There's no ice queen and no rising star in that house that you are in. There's going to be a rich guy that's not going to put her in a third party. That's how she's going to know who he is, and he's going to know who she is by she's going to be a rising star. There's very few women that's rising stars. So the rising star is going to have characteristics of not a Jezebel. She is not going to be around Jezebel friends. She's not going to carry herself like a Jezebel. And he's going to know that she's not Jezebel. So it's more fuck that, back away from me attitude. And she's not going to be confused. She's not going to be in illusion. She's going to have a right mind, know exactly what she's saying. So let's get more on this Leo. It's a mature man that did it. It's a mature man. A mature man in Leo. My dad passed away. Who are you trying to be to me? A mature man. Or a mature man could be coming into the life, which could be the rich man, which is the mature man going to go legally take the rising star to be his. But if the mature man saying, she said, my dad passed away, who you trying to be to me? I'm trying to be the mature man in your life. I'm that rich guy with no third party. I'm going to take you to be my wife legal. We're going to make this legal connection. She's not going to feel confused or has no illusions. She's the rising star. Very few people will be that rising star. She will not have a Jezebel spirit. She will be like, fuck that, back away from me. I'm not with that Jezebel spirit. But I'm telling you this now. I must say the Ice Queen and Rising Star is not in your house now. Who said what? That thief with false documents, that's going to be imprisonment, that tried to steal from a boss. Try to steal from a boss will have legal consequences. More on this mature man. Oh, so I see where the turn goes. This mature man has an entity. So he is not the one that's going to be the rich guy. He's not the rich guy. He has a entity attachment, a legal entity attachment. Or he could have just entity attachment. Entity attachment to do some illegal crap to a boss, which he gonna be in prison for them forced documents. He's a thief. The other person inside him was doing it for him, pumping him up. So now it's legal consequences. He was obsessed. He was obsessed. Wearing blue, always happy, doing wrong, eyes showing bangs and eyes about to pop out when he did things. Such as stealing. It's the entity attachment. Yeah. Let's get a little on this Jezebel spirit back away. It's the faith that keeps that Jezebel spirit away from that rising star. Yeah, it's the faith. That's why she always say, fuck that, back away. Faith, believing, praying, and knowing not to go in that direction. It's the faith. Yep. She's ascending. When you're ascending and you have faith, that Jezebel spirit flies far from you. Like the scriptures say, flee from me. The devil shall resist the devil and it shall flee from you. It's fleeing from her. You don't hang around with people. Let me get more on this rising star. A nice guy is definitely looking at that rising star. Rich, not a third party. Rising star. He got his eye on her. He in love. He in love. It could be an older man, 61. He could be 47, 61, between age 47, 61. He's not going to have him in the third party. Let's get more on this rising star. It's going to be a ritual. What's the ritual about? The ritual. The nice guy want to try to come with a ritual. What is that ritual about? 44. 4 is 8. 8 is complete. He trying to complete you. Or he want to put a ritual on himself. So when he comes to a rising star, he will be the one that complete her. So she won't look around no more. But she already walked with a clear head. She's not in confusion and illusions. So he have to come right and make sure there's no third parties. Which he says no third parties because he a rich guy. Let's get one more on this ritual. He manifestation of this rising star. I got my eye on you, baby. I got my eye on you. So few people Gonna be manifesting for this rich girl. There's gonna be few people that is the rising star. A rising star, rich girl. Because with you, a rising star, you rich within spirit. You're not having any illusions, confusions. Nice guy gonna want you, or somebody gonna want to play like he nice. Put a ritual on him so he could be nice. But he in love. He manifesting. Manifestation, that girl manifesting that rising star. Promising not to put on a third party. He coming with his bread to spend on you. But who said what? Who said who was the thief? That did some false documents, is going to prison, is mentally imprisonment, that's tried to steal from a boss. The rising star could be a boss, or you could steal from a boss. In general, somebody was obsessed with entity attachment of this mature guy, is definitely going to be facing some legal documents, or he took legal documents from the rising star that her father left her some insurance papers which was stolen, and try to cash in those legal documents, those documents with false information. So now the legal system is on them because you was obsessed working with that entity attachment. But just know who you is that's looking for that rising star, that ice queen. You know, the ice queen could be in your house, but the rising star is not in your house. So I must tell you that the rising star is not in your house. So whoever you look next to now, that ain't her. That ain't her. So your intuition, you know, your psychic guys, whoever gonna tell you, is not in your house. So believe it, it's not in your house. And just know that that rising star gonna have a serious quality. One, not no Jezebel spirit, because she's ascending. She has faith. Her faith keeps her from being around people with a Jezebel spirit, man or woman, and not allowing herself to have a Jezebel spirit. She has faith where she's keep ascending, going up, praying, staying prayerful, and her eyes are open. She's not confused. She's not in no illusions, and she keep going and ascending up. So anybody with a Jezebel, she already cast that away. Get that away from me. You get that away from me. And if you manifesting for her, and a man that's putting a ritual on himself so he can be more attractive, like if he's not basically putting a ritual on her, he put a ritual on himself, so when she see him with eye contact, she will gravitate to him, because he could be obsessed, or there is a mature man that has an obsession because he has an entity attachment, and he done some crazy crap to a boss. He is a thief, considered a thief with some false information. So I can put it all. It could be 2 people. Push it to 3, which is the other chick. She ain't in your house. She ain't in your house. I said, that's a bird in your house. I got a bird. Let's see what happened to this boss. What's up with this boss? A community. There's a community of people think they a boss, but they ain't a boss. It's a community that the boss have to answer to, that presented some false documents because of a thief. The thief gave some false documents that's gonna land him in prison. He ain't mentally in prison because he's obsessed. His obsession with this entity attachment in him took over his nice guyness. So now he got legal consequences. Let's see with this entity attachment. Yep, soulmate. He done that to a soulmate. He stole from a soulmate, or he could have been somebody's soulmate. This nice guy was a soulmate to somebody, but he got an entity attachment. And it's an obsession. The entity attachment makes him obsessed with things, which he landed into legal consequences. So he was obsessed with taking something or hurting. Let me see. I could break it down to you like this. The question was, the father passed away, what you trying to be? He could come trying to be the mature man in his soulmate's life, but he has an entity attachment and he's obsessed with whatever he got going on, which he wanted to make it legal. We could take that one way. Or I could bring it over to the negative and say, who said what? Who said there's a thief that presented false information to a community to get something from a boss person, which the mature man was obsessed because his soulmate had some stuff left for her father, but he had an entity attachment. He was obsessed with taking what was hers, and now the legal people's involved. Now he's going to be facing imprisonment. He wanted to be a rich guy, but that failed. But there is a rich guy that's coming in looking for, like a Cinderella. Few people gonna be the rising star. And this guy not gonna put her in a third party. Is a nice guy, put a ritual on himself to manifest that he'd be the one that she'll look and see upon, that she'll want, because she's not confused or have no illusions in her eyes, so she can see through you, but he trying to make himself noticeable to her. But she's ascending. She has faith, and she doesn't carry a Jezebel spirit or want nobody around her with a Jezebel spirit. And somebody, or I must say, there's women in people's homes, but they're not the rising star. So your intuition or spiritual guide is definitely letting you know that there's no that's not her in the house that you have. She's not the one right there. So moving away to a new home can be possible, because that's not it. And women are different due to hurt. So that's why this one is not going to have a Jezebel spirit. Don't carry a Jezebel spirit. So somebody wanted to buy new shoes and stuff. That's why somebody did that false crap to a soulmate, stole some information. A mature guy did it with an entity attachment that was obsessed with just being a thief. Just being a thief. Just being a thief. So the man that finds the rich guy is going to be driving her car. He's going to be giving her a car. He's going to be giving a rising star car when he find her. He's looking to give her. So anybody that thought they can, to a rising star, he manifested love with a ritual. It backfired on their love. It backfired because she don't have any illusions and confusion. The nice guy, it backfired. She's not going to take it. She's not going to take it because her eyes are too strong. She go walk with that real spiritual eye. That real spiritual eye. It's going to backfire. It's going to backfire. She's not going to accept it. Because you can't just come to her any old kind of way. She's a rising star. It backfires over. It's not going to work. Because you can't fake. Anything fake that's alterated is not going to work. It's not going to work. So that boss saying, don't ask me for shit. You made him look bad in front of the community. He presented some false documents. You was a thief. You're going to jail. Let's see more on this entity attachment. He woke up fucked up. They woke the fuck up over this entity attachment, realizing you got this entity attachment, you're obsessed. This mature man has an entity attachment and he's obsessed. But he's gonna say, I woke the fuck up. So let's get more on this third party in reverse. No third party with the rich guy that's gonna be driving the rich girl's car, the rising star car, because he wants to give her a car. He's looking for her, saying, you pushing my patience. Because he's looking for her. That's why he did that manifestation, because it's pushing, he wanted so bad, it's pushing his patience. Looking for it. So it's a while he been looking. Just like you have to say how long you alive how long your age is that you on a dating market. You've been, like, say, from 16 to you started dating. How many years in between you didn't find the one that you wanted in your life? So time is running out. But they don't know that that rising star is going places. She going places. That's why she's not going to be in one place. She's going places. She's ascending. Remember, she's ascending. She's going up. She's ascending. You're not going to be in the same spot, because they said if you're not changing, you're not growing. So she's ascending, she's moving up. She's not on this level. Tomorrow she could be on the next level. As long as you do right, have a good heart, and calling on God with no hidden motives and no negative intentions, you're going to keep ascending, keep the negative away. And as far as that boss going to say, I can't tell you. Don't ask me for shit. The boss is pissed. You done. Finito. You wiped out. Women are different due to hurt out there. So they getting new pets. And just focusing on pets and not relationships. And focusing on their healing and ascending and keeping negative people and things away from them. So you trash talking about you and other people, she's not going to be into that. She's moving away to a new home. The Ice Queen is not the one that's in the house that's considered the rising star. You don't have at home, so keep looking. Remember, you pushing my patience, because that rich guy out there looking for you, rising star, and everybody's not a rising star. So if you have these few characteristics, you're not a whore, you're not having no Jezebel spirit, and you're not entertaining Jezebel men, then that's the first one that you can know. And she wants a new pet, could probably be the second indication. And due to her ascending in faith, she's definitely not going to be a Jezebel. So that's going to be the one I say, back away from me, that you should know. The Cinderella glass slipper just fitted on you. Peace. This is Mo Fire coming at you live and direct. And I just gave you 30 minutes.